paint all over the carpet. So we are on week 12, day 6. About to start week 13. Wow, it's going so slowly. The amount of people that say like, oh, pregnancy just flies by. And in a way it does, because when you look back, you think to yourself, like, I've really gone through nearly 10 weeks of this already. But in reality, I've still got 20 odd weeks left to go. So there's a long time still left. I've had a busy weekend. I've had a really busy week. I can't actually remember if I recorded anything yesterday. So just in case I didn't, I started the day going to renew my passport. I had to get my passport renewed, and considering passport is one of the primary forms of ID here in the UK and most countries, to be honest, I thought it would best to renew it, even though we're not going on holiday, because it does last for 10 years, so it's all good. And then in the afternoon, I went over to the house and I did a load of filling work on the walls, because the walls had quite a few holes and cracks where people had hit in nails, or where things had been pulled away, or there was holes left from screws and things like that. What you doing? I'm feeling giddy. I spent most of the afternoon filling in all the holes and making sure everything was nice and smooth. I still need to go back and sand it all. And I also spent a lot of the time putting the tester paints on the wall so we could try and get an idea of what colour we wanted. The blues are still a bit bright for me. I'm still not keen on the blues. The blues are a bit too in your face. I want something a bit paler for the hallway. But we think we might have a choice of the... what's it called? We do think we've got an idea of which colour we want to paint the bedroom and also the living room now. We're going to paint the baby's room white and then potentially put some decals on it just to make it look a bit prettier. And also then it's a lot more fun, and we can always take the decals down and put more up in other days, sort of thing. As for the bird room, that again is going to be white, and then I want to actually paint bamboo and cherry blossoms all over it. So don't start. She's so horny today. I could just not handle it right now. I want to paint cherry blossoms and bamboo on their wall just to give it a bit of decoration and make it look pretty. So that is what I'm planning to do for their room. So I still need to go back in and paint the baby room, repaint their wall, and get started on painting the decorations for their wall, as well as try and decide which paint colour we want to keep in the main room, and then go and get that from B&Q and get that on the wall as well. So much to do, so much going on. But we do think we've got the colour scheme now for the house, which is nice. Jason's mum and dad have been so helpful, so helpful. Jason's dad has done a lot of our lighting fixtures for us and replaced those to make sure that all the chandeliers are down safely, and we've got basic light bulbs in, so now we just need to buy lampshades and things like that. His mum has done a load of cleaning around the house while we've been busy. She's cleaned all the banisters, she's cleaned the kitchen, she's cleaned a lot of the rooms, kept things tidy, and she's also been helping with the walls, pulling paper down on the back room and stuff. They're doing so much to help us, and I feel bad to say that sometimes, because sometimes I feel bad as if I'm giving the impression that my mum and dad aren't doing anything, but my mum and dad have allowed us to live here rent-free for the last nearly 10 years. So my mum and dad have already done quite a lot for us. Basically, Jason's mum and dad are helping out in their own way, and we could not be more grateful. We are getting so much support and so much help from our families for this move. I love you. You want divorce? You're thinking about divorce. Yeah, she wants divorce. She wants fusses. After I finished the painting and the filling, it was so warm in that house. Terrace houses are really warm, like really, really warm. And obviously we're in the UK, there's no such thing as aircon. At least not in homes anyway. Once it got too hot in the house, even with all the doors and windows open, I headed home, got myself something to eat and spent some time with my girls. I got some video editing done for you guys. And then I had a bit of a game on RimWorld. RimWorld is a really cute little pixel game, which is really addictive and really fun. I don't know why it's so enjoyable, but it is. And then today I've been to Disability Awareness Day, and I actually found out today that the Disability Awareness Day in my town is actually one of the biggest in Europe, and I did not know that. I was performing with the BSL choir on stage, and luckily we were one of the first ones on stage today. Usually we wouldn't like to be one of the first ones on stage because there's a bit of a less of an audience. However, today it is so hot. It is scorching hot. It's not as hot as it was yesterday or Friday, but it is very, very hot. And when you're in that marquee and on the stage and the lights are on you and you're higher up in the marquee where all the heat builds up and sort of collects in the air, it's stifling hot in there. Absolutely scalding hot in there. It's like we were just stood signing, like, because obviously we're a sign choir, we were just stood signing and I had sweat pouring off me. So I can't even imagine how hot it's going to be in there for the later acts that are on, like, at this time of day when it's like 27 degrees. I was really hoping to find one of the Crohn's and colitis stalls because there was one there last year and they gave me a lot of helpful advice and hints and tips, and I was really hoping there'd be one there again today so that I could actually ask them about Crohn's and colitis during pregnancy. Is there anything I need to be aware of? Is there anything I could get help with? Is there anything I can speak to my doctor about, or anything I need to make my doctor or my midwives aware of? But unfortunately the charities and the stalls weren't there today for Crohn's and colitis, which is a massive shame. But it was getting a bit hot for me there, so we did end up coming home earlier than I would like, or sorry, I ended up coming home earlier than I would like because I went there alone. I've not long got home. I'm just actually about to have my dinner. I'm making myself some eggs with some noodles and some veg. Quick, simple, easy, and baby's enjoying it at the moment. And I am then going to chill, probably have a little game on RimWorld, finish my video editing ready for tomorrow's video, and then we're going for a meal with Jason's parents tonight. So it's another long, busy day. More than anything, I'm just trying to hide from the heat at the moment. I've got every window in the house open. There is a slight breeze, which is keeping the inside of the house quite cool, but it is exhausting. It is so warm. When you've already got heat exhaustion on top of pregnancy, the heat is the last thing that you want. Anyway, I'm going to leave that little top up here until tomorrow. And my parrots really want attention right now, don't you? You really want attention right now. You're being so needy. I'm going to go spend some time with my parrots now while I'm waiting for my food to cook, and I shall see you guys soon. Why is it so hot? Why is it so warm today? It is so hot today.